And that's going to be where we cut it. That's going to be where we cut it. Okay, for those of you who are still here, it is time to play Dress Up. Oh, snap. Do I want to keep that dagger? No, we're playing Dress Up. I'll deal with all that other stuff later. I don't think I need to, because as I look at it, I mean, let's go ahead and purchase everything. Yeah, everything's on the left. I don't think I need to get rid of my camera. Let's start with a new chest piece. So we have been adventuring. We are now Paragon. We know we like ice and lightning with a little touch of fire. And so let's think about a chest piece that fits what we're looking for. Like now I could be looking at some of these seasonal pieces that have the particle effects. But I don't know if that's what I'm going to go for. She's a millionaire now, so I don't have to think about humility. Ooh, Season of Loot Reborn, that's a pretty good one. We'll think about that. Let's see what we've got. What looks great? I mean, this is just an upgrade to what I'm already using, but we're not going to go with that. We're not going to go with that. Huh. So far, the Season of Loot Reborn... Oh, I forgot about this one. I might do a full primal setup just to see what it looks like. Nah, I mean, Swashbucklers is pretty good, but I don't think it's what I'm looking for. Yep, I think it was the Season of Loot Reborn that had the best for the chest. We're going to do helmet last, because I want to see what everything else looks like. Let's do pants. Okay. Okay. Now that's not terrible. What other colors do we have? No, I mean, that works a little better. They don't seem to have the right color. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking for the pants is something that kind of matches that top. So I'm thinking, like, if we did something with a long dress, I would want the legs, and so those having pants, I'm like, I don't know. Whereas something like this, well, obviously, it's the Season of Loot Reborn. It's the matching set. So never mind. Ooh. Now that... Okay, Drifter's pants. Those are okay. Some of these really are pretty interesting. Ah, that one is also good. That might even be better than the Drifter. So Moonpath Cinch. I'm liking that. We're going to go Moonpath probably. Ooh, Runic is also pretty good. No, I think the Moon something or other was better. I've already forgotten what it was called. It started with Moon. That's all I need to know. And this is just the alternate version of what I was looking at with the Moon one. Okay, so where was Moonpath? So it's a little darker, And that's what we got. Good call on the hydrate. Thank you, Blazin'. Especially if you can hear my throat getting very dry. And then this one has more red, which I think fits better. Okay, we're going to go Sunscar. Now I'm ready to look at our gloves. So that's the unequipped look. And it's not great. I don't think I want... what do I want? I think I'll know what I want when I see it. Because I kind of want claws. I just don't know about some of these colors. What about you? You look pretty interesting. Nope, that's not it either. Arrgh. Yeah, I don't think these are it. I don't think these are it either. But then having a frozen hand. But again, it is matching with what I've got on. We're not matching with what we got on. We want it to be something different. Okay, here we go. Nope, those are not it. And of course, those match. Let's keep going through. So the idea with the hands is like the first set was the humble costume, so I went fingerless. Now I can have fingers. In fact, I'm thinking about having claws. Oh, yeah, let's keep looking. I'm going to kind of take a look at both of them at the same time to try to get a good impression of how they look, especially with the rest of the outfit. Ooh, spikes are interesting. What do we have in terms of colors? Now, if we can get something complementary or matching, then that would be the best. But it doesn't look like that's happening. It just doesn't have the right color. It was a fine idea. Season of Witchcraft is okay. But can I get the colors? I need the colors. Okay, I don't like those colors. Now here. I mean, it's so close. My colorblind eyes are kind of wigging out and wondering if, like, the arm part is matching with the forearm part. Like, is that the same color? Or is that a different color? That's where my brain is tripping me out. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work on the other hand, but maybe it doesn't need to. Okay, Grand Vizier I kind of like. So I'm going to remember those. Grand Vizier. Now, those are pretty dope. And if you squint your eyes, they kind of look like they're green. I think this is the winner. We're going to go Revived Claws of the Soul Drinker. And then on our shoes, we want actual boots, you know? Because we want something that would keep us safe. Especially as we walk in lava. I know it's all cosmetic. It doesn't actually make me be able to walk in lava. But she has been hurt enough times walking in the lava that she knows that she can't be walking around in sandals anymore. Ooh, Doom Treads. And they match really well. Okay, Doom Treads might be the winner. Nope, can't have those feet out. Because again, I walk in lava all the time. It is not fair to her to be like, and you gotta have your toes out. Because I'm gonna make you walk through lava. No, that's not how I do. Not with Sammys. I have to protect them as much as I can. Okay. Ooh. Nope, I don't like the color. Never mind. I don't think Swashbucklers is ever going to get any play outside of the entire Swashbucklers costume. I just cannot think of a use for a peg leg for any of my characters. So, they're cool. They're just not going to get any play. That's too soft on the fabric, but it's like the perfect color. Yep. That sometimes the game just tells you it is now bedtime. If the colors worked, I might do the peg leg, but I am going for bright and colorful with this Sammy. She's not a goth style sorcerer. Okay, well, I think Doom Treads ended up being the best for this. So now it is finally time to put our first helmet on. I'll have to take a look when we are finished with this, of course. Oh boy. Oh boy. Adventurer's helm is pretty good, but it's just too shiny. Like, I don't think I could get that color at all. Yeah. It's okay. No, it's not okay. I mean, that would be fun. Have her just run around with the Artificer's Cavalier. Just the one out of place piece of her equipment. It does. I'm thinking about that Adventurer's Helm. For sure. That is, right now, one of the ideas that's leading. Bone Weave kind of works. She does not, but, you know, she's been adventuring for a while, so she might put one on. She might change her face entirely. I mean, that's the reason I never wear helmets, so I can appreciate it. And then there are things like this, where I could just do a simple crown. This one also does not mess up her hair too much. I don't love how that little strand comes out, where it's supposed to be tied up from the mouth. But this is kind of better than the Adventurers. Let's see. So here's the diadem. It's very subtle. There's the one with the face mask. It keeps our hair, so we keep our hairstyle. Very important to me. I like to keep my hair. Would you ever believe that I am vain about hair? It does stand out a lot, and that's what's keeping me away from it. And then this Drifter's Helm is another small crown. Very subtle, but the coloring matches a little better. Well, I think it kind of clashes. It's a little too light. Yeah. Let's take more looks at stuff. Let's see. What else? Right now it's the diadem. It's a very subtle crown. It's kind of what I'm liking the most. Ooh. Maybe for a different armor set, but this one is fun. Be a Valkyrie. Here's a much larger crown. No, I don't like it. I hate it. As soon as I saw how much it makes the forehead stick out, no. If it was like pushed in a little bit more, then it would be cool. But right now I'm like, nah. Now that's just cool looking, and I might have to build a whole Khazra set just to see that helmet. Okay, here's a much more subtle version. So this one has like spikes, and then this one has nothing. Might be too subtle. Diadem is still winning. I lose my hair. We could just go outlandish and have a giant helmet. And that's also, I mean, like, I was joking about the last helmet, but then I go with this one with its giant spikes, and I'm like, actually, this isn't so bad. She has her white eyes. We get to see her earrings. We get to keep her hair. But we get these gaudy spikes sticking out. No, we're still looking at other stuff. That was what really I like. Nope, I think I'm still aiming crown. Ooh. Ooh. We might have found the winner. Strider's crown is looking pretty sharp. Sturdy hood is very good. I wish this didn't give her a haircut. I love this hat. I love the swashbuckler's hat. I just wish it didn't shave the head. And that's okay. That's okay. So you were saying this was the nice one, and then we'll have to see what you think about this one. Because I'm leaning, if I'm honest with you, it's funny that you say nah, because I'm like, I think if this were real life and I saw someone coming up like that, I would be like, oh, I want to get to know you. I mean, I like Urivar's mask just because that was a fun part of the DLC story. No. Okay, so for me, where I am leaning is this crown with the 5 spikes on it. So that's a diadem of the ancient. And then the Highland circlet, which is way more subtle. And then Strider's crown, which is like kind of in the middle between them, and the sturdy hood, where I still get the hairstyle and I still get the eyes, but I get more jewelry, more bling. And then, of course, there was the upgraded version with the big spikes, the adventurer's helm. I'm still not opposed to the Doom casque. Maybe, I just don't think, ooh, maybe I can. So that gives it silver. And I think silver matches with just about everything. The greens just don't match, and that breaks my heart to no end. Yeah, I think you are right. I think you are right. And between those two, I prefer the diadem. You know, I think that's what I go for. Now, let's save it into slot number 2. So when we come back, we've got that. She's gonna keep... Actually, nope, she's gonna keep this cat. She's keeping the cat. How are we looking on the rest of stuff? Because I might now want something that fits a bit more. Exactly. I wish there was something that was like straight up ice. Or lightning. That would also work. I still have hydras, so I could put out the one that I've got. Season of Blood was a very fun season. I like to remember that season every once in a while. It's not chilly enough. All right, well, since there isn't really anything that screams chilly, and I'm still rocking the Hydra, we're going to go with this for now. Maybe we will change it at some point, but it is time to upgrade our horse, and we're going to upgrade there. And I had something a bit more gaudy in mind. That's close. But there was one that was very over the top. And now our horse... There it is! That's the one I want. Now our horse is really going to be... In fact, if we're going to go with that style, let's match it with... This is where things get tricky. Which of these guys do I want? That one. It has a blue trail? Okay. Let's see if we can find it. Do I have a Nightwinder? It is up. There it is. Haha. All right, perfect. That is exactly what I'm looking for. And then I want someone's head mounted on my horse. And I think we're going to do Malphus, because his head looks better than everyone else's. Like, Zir just kind of looks a little funny to me. I don't even know who else's head I have collected. I thought there was one other. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think Malphus has the best looking head. When it comes to mounted heads, that's the one. Okay. So that's it. That's what we've got for the next portion of the season. We're going to run with this as our costume. So tomorrow it is going to be a normal stream. We are going to continue doing what we want. Oh, I'm sorry, Blazin. I'm too fast for you. But tomorrow when we come back, this is the Sammy that we are going to be running with. And I'm excited for it. I know it means nothing to change your costume, but I like it, and I'm excited for it. So, come back tomorrow. Make sure your notifications are turned on. I will see you then. Goodbye. You get a little one. You get a little one for these overtime streams. See you tomorrow.